I said this would happen in about a year or two's time. Clearly, I was wrong. Clearly, once again, it happened quicker than I predicted. Electric cars available right now, as in today, are already cheaper in China in many cases than gasoline-powered cars. But the same thing has just started happening in many other countries around the world. Now, if this was a subpar vehicle, a subpar rubbish product, it wouldn't be that relevant. But the fact is, this is one of the best reviewed electric cars in the last 2 years anywhere in the world. And the price is cheaper than many comparable gasoline-powered cars. Matt Watson from CarWow, he tests $1 million supercars. He said the best car he's driven this year, all year, was the MG4 electric hatchback. Well, now, MG have just reduced the price to truly ridiculous levels. Honestly, how they can sell these at this price, I don't know. But if you are the competition, you've got to be quaking in your boots. I mean, seriously, this price is ridiculous. But it proves what I've been telling you now for a long time. Electric cars are going to come down in price dramatically anywhere that Chinese car companies are able to sell their vehicles. Europe is one of them. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. And thank you for subscribing. Great to see so many new subscribers on the channel recently. I will be in March next year at the Fully Charged live event in Sydney. If you want to come, I would love to meet every one of you. And of course, if you're in the US, then flying to Australia is not really practical. So I'll be at Fully Charged in California in October next year. And most likely I'll also be at Fully Charged in London. I'd love to meet every single one of you. And I will have a promotion code so you can get cheap tickets, which I will put in the description below. If it's not there today, it'll be there tomorrow. So the MG4. I made a video on that car. It's incredibly good for the price. Is it better than, some expensive electric cars? Well, maybe not, but it is a very, very compelling electric car. It's much, much better, to be honest, than MG's ZS EV. The ZS EV is one of the best-selling electric cars in Australia. MG4 is a significant improvement in a number of different ways. I talked about those ways in my last video about the MG4. Now, I'll put a link in the description below to that video. Check that out if you want to know more about the MG4 and why I think it's one of the best cars you can buy. Now, I don't like some EVs. Some of them, don't get me wrong, I'd prefer people had one of those versus a gasoline-powered car for sure. And I think you would too. But some of them are not as good as others. The MG4 is one of the better electric cars. Therefore, this is relevant. This is relevant because the MG4 is sold and will be sold in many markets around the world. It's already for sale in the UK and Europe. It's coming to Australia. It's coming to New Zealand. It's for sale in China. Basically, we're talking half the world. This is actually more than half the world's car market, because if you think about it, this year, Chinese car market, they've already sold 22 million cars. They're going to hit around 26 million car sales this year. That means the Chinese car market will be 1/3 of the global car market. If you add Europe to that, add Australia, add New Zealand, add the UK, that's literally half the world's car market. MG has dropped the price to below 20,000 euros. It's actually 19,300 euros in Europe, which is an absolute bargain. So for some context, that is 29,900 Australian dollars, or about 19,800 US dollars. Yeah, incredible. My mind's blown. You know what? The Chinese are here. Herbert Diess from Volkswagen, the CEO of Volkswagen, he was right. You know what he said? Who is our competition? He was asked. He said who it was. Tesla and China. He didn't say BMW. He didn't say Mercedes. He didn't say Toyota. He said China and Tesla. And well, this is the start. This is the start of an avalanche of EVs. When I say an avalanche of EVs, what am I talking about? Well, 30% of the Chinese car market, we're talking a car market which is 26 million cars this year, on track for 26 million cars, is focusing on overseas markets now more than anything else, as you would be. Why on earth would you try and compete in China? Doesn't make sense. You know why? There's an oversaturation. In China, there's more than 100 electric car brands. Many of them sell very, very good products, which are incredibly compelling. They're all competing against each other. The prices keep on coming down because they're all competing against each other. Therefore, they're like, why are we doing this? Let's go and sell our products in Europe, in other countries, in Australia, they're targeting New Zealand, they're targeting the UK. Let's go and sell them elsewhere at, prices where we can make more profit. So this makes a lot of sense. JustAuto.com said that Europe in particular is becoming an increasingly important export destination for Chinese EVs, with some markets, particularly the Nordic countries, having among the highest EV penetration levels in the world, while sales elsewhere are accelerating rapidly. And there's still not many affordable EVs in those countries. Cars like this are going to change that story very quickly. The EU recently announced it will ban the sale of gasoline-powered cars, hybrids, plug-in hybrids in 2035. And this focus was clear at last month's Paris Motor Show, where Chinese brands showcased production models spanning a broad spread of electric vehicle model segments, which they're going to sell very soon or already selling in Europe. BYD made a big splash with the Seal compact car alongside the Atto compact SUV, which I've ordered, and the Han electric sedan. Great Wall displayed the Aura Funky Cat, which is a compact car, and their upmarket Way branded Coffee 01 and Coffee 02s. China's EV industry is drawing considerable power and strength from its domestic market. EV sales in China will account for around 2/3 of the 8 million EVs expected to be sold in the world this year. In the first 9 months of 2022, fully electric vehicle sales in China doubled to 3.6 million. That doesn't include plug-in hybrids. That's just 3.6 million purely electric cars. Plug-in hybrids increased significantly to 990,000. Put the two together, you're looking at 4.6 million vehicles. And many of those are about to hit Europe to compete against this model, the MG4. So see, any country in the world, right, that has access doesn't try to make it difficult for the Chinese to sell their electric cars in their country. Any of those countries will have affordable EVs within the next few years. It's just inevitable. It makes complete sense. You don't even have to put two and two together. It's obvious what's about to happen. Now, you would think right now that with inflation, global inflation going up, the cost of everything apparently going up, skyrocketing, you think a car like this, which is really good, got rave reviews. I mean, it got 9 out of 10 stars in Top Gear's review. It's getting rave reviews everywhere by Western Media. You would think the price would go up, not down. The electric car companies in China, they want market share. They're willing to do pretty much anything to get it. So for 19,200 euros, you get a vehicle which is bigger on the inside, significantly bigger than a Toyota Corolla. It comes with a 51 kilowatt hour Ternary battery and 125 kilowatt of power, which is about 170 horsepower. It comes standard with full LED headlights, an MG Pilot assistance package, a multimedia system with a 10.25 inch touchscreen, digital instrument cluster, automatic starting keyless entry, vehicle to load, two-way charging system, automatic light change, road, rear parking sensors, and automatic climate control, among a host of other standard features, which don't come standard on, well, a lot of it's gasoline-powered competition. My friends, I'm pretty clear. I think it's pretty obvious here. This is the car that proves what I've been saying for a while now. It wouldn't be long until electric cars were on par with gasoline-powered cars. There's so many cars right now for sale in Europe right now, in Australia right now, which cost more than this, right? Cost more than this and are pretty much identical in terms of specs and size. Have a think about that. We're already there. People don't listen. They keep telling me EVs are going up in price. Well, guess what? Buy one of these. You're going to get one of these for a cheaper price than an equivalent gasoline powered car. And as you know, I'm confident Tesla's new Model 2 will also be a similarly priced affordable car coming pretty soon. I think they're going to be mass manufactured within the next 2 years. And I think Tesla's way ahead on that project, way further ahead than what people realize. They actually had a finished product apparently more than a year ago, and they've kept it quiet. So I'll put a link in the description below to my video about that. Now, the thing is, you can get a version of this car with 450 kilometers of range, which is nearly 300 miles, for only 23,000 euros. So you pay an extra 4,000 euros, you get more range, plus you get additional features, plus you get more power. In that model, the MG4 Comfort, you get 160 kilowatt of power, which is 204 horsepower, a battery pack with 64 kilowatt hour size, a front grille with active aerodynamics. So in other words, it changes depending on how fast you go to give the car more efficient aerodynamics, a leather steering wheel, tinted windows, 135 kilowatt fast charging, which is faster than the other version. The cheaper version has 117 kilowatt fast charging, and some other luxury features. Now, as you can see, looking at the interior, it doesn't look budget. To be fair, if you look at the inside of, say, Japanese compact cars, a lot of them look very budget. I think the interior of this car doesn't look budget at all. That's just my take. What's your take on this? Would you consider one of these for 19,000 US dollars or 29,000 Australian dollars? Personally, I think it's a no-brainer. these things are going to sell like crazy. If these were for sale in the US right now for this price, even for say a couple thousand more than this, they would sell, I think, hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not millions. But that's just me. As you guys know, I am very optimistic about EVs. I'm optimistic about this car, and I'm optimistic, in fact, I'm rationalistic about the reality, which is electric cars will come down in price. Be patient, my friends. They're coming, they're coming, they're coming. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, have a great day.